Girl, Wash Your Face by Rachel Hollis is a self-help book that aims to empower women to take control of their lives by debunking common lies and misconceptions that hold them back. The book is divided into 20 chapters, each addressing a particular lie and offering practical advice to overcome it. Here's a detailed summary of the book, along with key takeaways that can be applied to life. Chapter 1. Something else will make me happy. The first lie that Hollis debunks is that external factors such as success, marriage, and children can make us happy. She argues that happiness is an inside job and that we need to take responsibility for our own happiness. Key takeaway: happiness is a choice that we make, not a destination that we arrive at. Chapter 2. I'll start tomorrow. The second lie that Hollis tackles is procrastination. She argues that we need to take action and start working towards our goals today. Key takeaway: don't wait for tomorrow. Start taking action towards your goals today. Chapter 3. I'm not good enough. The third lie that Hollis debunks is the belief that we're not good enough. She argues that everyone has flaws and that we need to embrace them and work on improving ourselves. Key takeaway: don't let your flaws hold you back, embrace them and work on improving yourself. Chapter 4. I'm better than you. The fourth lie that Hollis tackles is the need to compare ourselves to others. She argues that we should focus on our own journey and not worry about what others are doing. Key takeaway: don't compare yourself to others, focus on your own journey and work towards your own goals. Chapter 5. Loving him is enough for me. The fifth lie that Hollis debunks is the belief that love can conquer all. She argues that love is important, but it's not enough to sustain a relationship. Key takeaway: love is important, but it's not enough to sustain a relationship. We need to work on communication and other aspects of our relationships. Chapter 6. No is the final answer. The sixth lie that Hollis tackles is the fear of rejection. She argues that rejection is a natural part of life and that we shouldn't let it hold us back. Key takeaway: don't let the fear of rejection hold you back, embrace it and learn from it. Chapter 7. I'm bad at sex. The seventh lie that Hollis debunks is the belief that sex is something that we're either good or bad at. She argues that sex is something that we can learn and improve on. Key takeaway: don't let your insecurities about sex hold you back, embrace it and learn how to improve. Chapter 8. I don't know how to be a mom. The eighth lie that Hollis tackles is the fear of motherhood. She argues that motherhood is challenging, but it's also rewarding. Key takeaway: don't let the fear of motherhood hold you back, embrace it and learn from it. Chapter 9. I'm not a good mom. The ninth lie that Hollis debunks is the belief that there's such a thing as a perfect mom. She argues that we need to focus on being good enough and not worry about being perfect. Key takeaway: don't strive for perfection in motherhood, focus on being good enough. Chapter 10. I should be further along by now. The 10th lie that Hollis tackles is the belief that we should have accomplished more by now. She argues that everyone has their own timeline and that we shouldn't compare ourselves to others. Key takeaway: don't compare your timeline to others, focus on your own journey and work towards your own goals. Chapter 11. I need a hero. The 11th lie that Hollis debunks is the belief that we need someone else to save us. She argues that we need to take responsibility for our own lives and be our own hero. Key takeaway: don't wait for someone else to save you, be your own hero and take responsibility for your own life. Chapter 12. I will never get past this. The 12th lie that Hollis tackles is the belief that we'll never get past our challenges. She argues that we need to have faith that we'll overcome our challenges and focus on taking action towards our goals. Key takeaway: have faith that you'll overcome your challenges and focus on taking action towards your goals. Chapter 13. I cannot tell the truth. The 13th lie that Hollis debunks is the belief that it's better to keep quiet than to tell the truth. She argues that we need to be honest with ourselves and others, even if it's uncomfortable. Key takeaway: be honest with yourself and others, even if it's uncomfortable. Chapter 14. I am defined by my weight. The 14th lie that Hollis tackles is the belief that our weight defines us. She argues that we need to focus on being healthy and happy, regardless of our weight. Key takeaway: Don't let your weight define you. Focus on being healthy and happy. Chapter 15, I Need a Drink. The 15th lie that Hollis debunks is the belief that alcohol is the solution to our problems. She argues that we need to find healthier ways to cope with our challenges. Key takeaway: don't rely on alcohol to cope with your challenges, find healthier ways to cope. Chapter 16, I can't tell the difference between God's voice and my own. The 16th lie that Hollis tackles is the belief that we can't hear God's voice. She argues that we need to listen to our intuition and trust that it's God's voice guiding us. Key takeaway: listen to your intuition and trust that it's God's voice guiding you. Chapter 17, I don't deserve happiness. The 17th lie that Hollis debunks is the belief that we don't deserve happiness. She argues that everyone deserves to be happy and that we need to work towards our own happiness. Key takeaway: everyone deserves to be happy. Work towards your own happiness. Chapter 18, I'm not a good writer. The 18th lie that Hollis tackles is the belief that we're not good writers. She argues that writing is a skill that can be learned and improved. Key takeaway: writing is a skill that can be learned and improved. Don't let your insecurities hold you back. Chapter 19, I will never get out of debt. The 19th lie that Hollis debunks is the belief that we'll never get out of debt. She argues that we need to take control of our finances and make a plan to get out of debt. Key takeaway: take control of your finances and make a plan to get out of debt. Chapter 20, I am bad at sex. The 20th lie that Hollis tackles is the belief that we're bad at sex. She argues that sex is something that we can learn and improve on. Key takeaway: don't let your insecurities about sex hold you back, embrace it and learn how to improve. In conclusion, Girl, Wash Your Face is a powerful and inspiring book that encourages women to take control of their lives and overcome the lies and misconceptions that hold them back. By debunking these lies and offering practical advice, Hollis empowers women to embrace their flaws, work towards their goals, and live their best lives.